The projected cost jump for every iPhone model is displayed here. Increases in price are among the least welcome outcomes, particularly for high-end items like Apple's iPhones. Sadly, we may need to prepare for a cost increase on the iPhone 17 range this year. Based on a new financial note by Jefferies, the expense of all four iPhone 17 devices will climb by about $50 compared with the iPhone 16 family. So, if you are considering purchasing an iPhone 17 of any kind, it could be wise to start putting aside a little extra cash. If this leak turns accurate, buyers may need to pay at least $849 for an iPhone 17, $1,049 for an iPhone 17 Plus, and $1,249 for an iPhone 17 Pro Max. This assumes the Pro Max launches with 256 gigabytes, while the regular and Pro models begin with 128 gigabytes. The iPhone 16 lineup shared that base storage. The iPhone 17 Air is still somewhat puzzling since this is the first sighting of such a handset. If analyst projections are on point, it could be just a bit pricier than the iPhone 16 Plus. Yet, rumors suggest the upcoming slim device may exceed the iPhone 16 Pro Max in cost. Therefore, we'll have to wait to find out. Moreover, earlier mentions of potential cost hikes have circulated. In May, the Wall Street Journal mentioned Apple was weighing up raising prices this year. Considering that speculation of previous iPhone rises also circulated, but actual prices remained mostly stable, it isn't shocking news. In truth, the nearest example was Apple's decision to eliminate the 128 gigabytes model of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. That meant the entry tag was $100 higher than the prior year, though the 256 gigabytes model held steady at $1,199. Even though $50 more isn't massive, regardless of new upgrades, no one likes paying extra when the minimum spend is already $799. If this turns out correct, however, iPhone buyers might not be hit too hard. Rival devices like the Galaxy S25 Ultra, selling for $1,299, face tougher value battles. So at $1,249, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is still priced beneath rivals. Even though such an iPhone hike might feel unwelcome, we likely won't know the truth until the iPhone launch keynote, expected during the week of September 8th. In the meantime, you can keep following all the fresh leaks and chatter on our channel. Next up, dummy units of the iPhone 17 have appeared in every shade, including a bold new signature option. Do you welcome Apple experimenting with new tones? The color possibilities for the iPhone 17 range may have just been hinted at by this new leak. It also suggests there's more planned for the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max than a revamped camera housing. This same leak, showing 4 colorways per model, comes via Sonny Dixon on X, and one finish clearly grabs attention. Black, white, and blue appear as the standard shades for the Pro and Pro Max. But the renders also show a vivid orange that stands out compared to the muted hues of recent iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro units. We previously covered talk of a possible orange iPhone 17 Pro, and this lends it weight. Another group of renders highlights the iPhone 17 Air, depicted in 4 units colored light blue, gold, black, and white. The pale blue option seems to mirror the sky blue of the 2025 MacBook Air. The mock-ups show the iPhone 17 Air with a single rear lens. For reference, the S25 Edge at least includes 2. Meanwhile, the base iPhone 17 mock-ups arrive in pink, light blue, black, and white. Strangely, lavender, a shade many expected, is absent here, possibly meaning it didn't make testing. Apple's next-gen design direction also looks confirmed if these images prove authentic. Although the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max show broader camera modules, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman points out that two-tone finishes are absent, keeping their look close to the iPhone 16 range. These insights follow a separate viral photo, supposedly catching an iPhone 17 Pro in use. Because it sat in a thick black case, its colors weren't clear. Still, growing evidence indicates Apple will stick with this approach. The unveiling is tipped for September. Until then, the comparisons to current models will continue. But nothing is official until Apple makes its announcement, likely in early September. What are your thoughts on these possible shades for now? So, are you planning to buy your next iPhone? You can either grab an iPhone 16 now or wait just over a month for Apple's latest. Which option makes sense? Waiting may be wiser. Either snag the fresh iPhone 17 or to buy the iPhone 16 at a reduced tag. Here are some possible contrasts between the 17 and 16 based on leaks and speculation. Apple hasn't yet confirmed the device's existence or outlined specs, yet leaks and chatter refuse to slow down. From the Pro editions to the slimmer Air model, every part of the iPhone 17 collection is being talked about. For now, I'll zero in on the regular iPhone 17. One of the most awaited upgrades could be a 120Hz display, highly practical compared to the existing 60Hz panels in the base and Plus phones. Only the Pro line currently enjoys that higher refresh. Apple could also decide to make the always-on feature standard with this upgrade, letting users check time and alerts at a glance without unlocking the screen. Another talking point is whether the iPhone May 17th include a scratch-resistant, anti-reflective display. Latest reports hint that only the Pro and Pro Max will get this, leaving the regular versions unchanged. Thus, the differences between iPhone 16 and 17 might stay subtle. Another possible update could be a 24MP selfie sensor replacing the current 12MP front cam of the iPhone 16. Doubling megapixels could help users snap selfies or record social clips with sharper detail. Of course, megapixels alone don't guarantee quality, but discussions have fired up over Apple's enhanced camera setup. Rumor claims the Pro models may feature a stretched horizontal array across the rear, reminiscent of Google's Pixel 9 Pro, while the standard 17 might maintain its dual-lens design. We'll discover in due time. Reports also hint that, like the iPhone 16, the iPhone 17 will use an aluminum chassis. Possibly the whole series will, except perhaps the Air, which could shift to titanium to cut weight. Other whispers suggest Apple may shrink the dynamic island with a fresh metal lens system for the Face ID and proximity sensor, freeing more space atop the display. One major element unlikely to shift is the chipset. The iPhone 17 is expected to run the A18, the same processor inside the 16. Yet considering Apple's focus on Apple Intelligence AI tools, rumors say the 17 could boast 12 GB RAM instead of today's 8 GB, at least on some models. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo claimed back in April that the Pro and Air versions will carry 12 GB, while the standard sticks to 8 GB. Time will confirm Apple's final move. Apple's new adaptive power mode in iOS 26 is set to save battery by scaling performance and slowing tasks slightly. That could stretch out runtimes. Now the question, should you buy the iPhone 16 now or wait for the iPhone 17? If you urgently need a new handset, there's no harm buying now. But if you can hold out until September, the iPhone 17 will either be your next phone or make the iPhone 16 cheaper. Realistically, differences between 16 and 17 won't be monumental across the